Hey, that's better. I can see you. Goodness me, I thought I'd gone invisible forever. Well, this will just be a quick one. Because it seems to me at least, that I am supposed to be invisible. That every reach out to you is thwarted. But I will never stop. I don't know, I just wanted to talk to you again like normal. It's truly is the oddest scenario to be in. What part of it is me that fears making a mistake? I could say things here that I can then go back to and think I am delaying any potential unity. And yet, my intuition, every message I receive is just saying, well, no, it's that unity you must find within you first. And then, of course, I get, just want to be with you. Anyway, like I say, this is a quick one. Because like I said the other day, I need to be very clear about what I want to say to you. And yet every time I talk to you, it comes from a place often kind of spontaneous. I pray my intuition. But there is this all along a caution. And is that purely dependent on my mind? That I don't want to embarrass myself and delay any possible conversation with any of the most important people in my life that I am restricted from seeing. Which part of that is, of course, if I have fear of how I'm perceived, I will endlessly block myself. And I'll let you know this. All my life, I haven't given a shit about really how I'm perceived. My goodness, for years, entertaining kids. I mean, believe me, that's not I got taken the piss out of, but I didn't even hear it because I was having too much fun. That work is seeing the fun, brought out the fun in me. My inner child, I would assume. And I cannot help feeling all along that that's what this process is always trying to pull out from me. And there's a part of me resisting. That it is that inner child, that spontaneous part, that just do it part, is what the process is attempting to extract from me. And I got it in buckets, broken buckets. But, then as an adult, I go through my life. I go through my days in this world, stupidly looking for truth in this world. I find it, but so abstractly. I have found you That's why this, to my mind, is so frustrating, or I don't know what to call it. Oh, it's good to see you. This is nice, isn't it? Mr. Invisible went a bit over the top. He's not finished yet, though, because he does like it and all. But that this, to bring out a lightness in a human being. The younger generations understand that. The children understand that. Then you go in your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Depending on your character, isn't it, then? Your personality. Do you still have that? I see so many that have that. They still have that simple joy in life. And that's what gives me hope. That's the part I want to bring out. And I was brought up, Alan and Julie and my dad Dave and Sylvie at the time. And I'm staying in Sylvie's house now, so she's like my ex-stepmom, I guess. But she's becoming the closest to family I've got. And I was sitting in her house and I feel so welcome. I've known her, crikey, it's so many years since I was like, I don't know, my whole life I've known her. And she's out right now doing choir practice. I don't know what they're singing about, these choirs. Anyone? You tell me, what are they singing about? But I was so privileged to be friends. I was included with the adults, if you like, from such a young age. I've subsequently learned, that in a sense, I was unusual in that respect. To be so close to the generation now that, they're in their 70s and stuff. And yet I have this almost, a complete friendship with them. And I see the ones that have maintained that part of themselves that is almost, it's not childlike, but it's a fun part. It's an appreciative part. And I'm really thankful that I actually got to experience that with that older generation. And I've opened up the younger generation. I'm a children's chap, get back into my juggling. So I feel this beautiful connection with so many. And I'm wondering what part of me is it that connects with them. We're of different ideologies often, different ages, different everything, and yet there is a part that connects in all of us. Understanding, empathy is all energy. You can't pin understanding down. I can't put understanding on a table in front of you. Understanding is just that. It's a elongated moment. It just is. And for this journey, to see it clearer, can't help feeling, I'm being kind of forced to see it clearly alone. I think many of us are. Because it is an understanding that is in this moment, but that extends so far beyond this moment. Hence multi-level thing of it. Oh, I didn't want to go too into anything, to be honest. I just needed to talk to you. Oh, man, it's been raining all bloody day. Went and saw a couple of friends and stuff, and I'm just trying to sort out things that were delayed here. But I had a breakthrough in that today, so hopefully soon I'll actually be able to work on my chalet and get the funeral happening. There's so many people asking me, Alan, there's so many people want to come and pay their respects. But he was one that would have told them all to beep off at the same time. He was so unusual and so wonderful, and I think that's the amount of people that want to say that is a testament to how remarkable a man he was. And I just, it's like I go through my days I do my thing, and yet what guides me and has done now for 5+ years are these tiny glimpses of experiences I have. And they really are, compared to what I deal with in this world. They're tiny glimpses. And yet they hold more truth than I find anywhere else. Unexplainable. My desire to share it, my journey with you, I'm learning, and perhaps that is why I'm essentially blocked, is that it is so important not to affect the journey of another, that it is an energetic transformation that we're going through. Hence, always to go within. Because what we can react to in a moment could quite simply take us away from the very understanding that I'm attempting to sink myself into. So I want to say, that all I ever want to do is help. All I ever want to do is, I don't have hidden cards here. I can absolutely and truthfully say that. And my glimpses, my experiences, I would say corroborate that for me. Because of course, we all have our shadows, our light and our shadows. The more that light shines, the more those shadows are shown. And we must embrace them and heal them. That is the learning we're going through. And through the day, I get frustrated. I just want to see you. I mean, it seems ridiculous. And yet, I must trust in the energy that I pray I'm becoming more in harmony with. Remember I said back in December, I felt like I slipped up, like that energy was there, and then I tripped up. And I would still say that's true. But that trip up, that very insight, for me, I'm being selfish, I'm talking myself, that very insight was a part of the understanding that I now have, some 2 or 3 months later. That same energy is, of course, ever present. And it is my inner harmony with that energy that gives me any hope. Now I've been doing a bit of the old divine surfing again. Caught a few waves, a few in my wild bed. And there, of course I long for clarity in this, Perhaps I'm being ignored because I've gone completely down the wrong line. You all know she's married with 5 kids with someone else, and you're all just watching me do a kind of nosedive. And if that's true, but then I have these experiences. That is my fears, my mind, my daily mind, that of course I have fought against a long time. And yet these glimpses, especially last night, over the last few days, I've seen you quite a lot. And it always gives me that courage, because it is the thing, for whatever reason, and I release all expectation. But it ignites me. I will always say that. I will not be silent. Not like you lot. Been silent, invisible people. I won't. I will be ever, I pray, aware of my responsibility, if you like. But love's love. I can't help it. But anyway, this isn't going to be a long one because because it's a selfish one. I wanted to talk to you. But I must be very aware we're going through a giant transformation. Hence my surrender. Must be giant as well. And it's just my daily mind that feels what? A need for you, need for me, a need for external validation. It's just a need to connect with you, That when I do this, it helps me. So I am being selfish. But it also seems to harmonize me a little bit more with the energy that I feel more than ever, that I want to be a part of, that I am a part of, inextricable. But it's about, I want to be a conscious part of. I want to join with some people that I know, just one conversation could aid my clarity. How can I not attempt to reach for that? How can I not want that harmony? And yeah, I have chosen to be silent many, many times. Believe me, over this last, what is it now, nearly 2 years, I haven't spoken to anyone about what I am, in a sense, going through, except you lot. I haven't spoken to anyone about it because it's impossible to start the conversation, even with the ones that know me, would begin to question. They would say that awful thing, oh, I'm worried about you. believe me, start worrying if anyone says they're worried about you, because it means there's a group of them worried about you. But as I've stated, as I have proposed, I proposed, you know. And I want to maintain that. It's almost like I was watching something, a message the other day about recognize what triggers you and stuff. And I was like, triggered? I mean, I don't feel I'm getting too triggered, because I think of trigger as in going to anger or to reaction. But then I re-looked at the thing and realised, well, no, triggering is perhaps whatever takes you away from your core understanding. And that opened it up for me. In that, of course, there are things that take me away from those moments of clarity. So rather than, I do not think of myself as an angry person. Honestly, don't get angry often. But then I looked at it in a different light. Is that, well, almost like this. Today I felt really good this morning, and I've been dealing with different stuff, And it's almost like, no, that triggered could almost just be whatever takes me away from me. And that's the trigger. It takes you into that blindness, that unconsciousness, that loss of absolute certainty that I maintain almost all the time. Clearly, I just wanted to torture or me, and I don't know. But anyways, it's really nice to see you again. Like I say, I'm probably not stopped with Mr. Invisible, because he is the man for the job, believe me. But I just want to reach out and attempt to, without attempting, to simplify all of our approaches to what is happening. That it's very important now to remain calm. Rest if you need to rest. Look within. Realize our potential from within. I'm not talking a potential in other ways. It's so important to get kind of simple about this and realize that we are more than we have, in a sense, been fed. That there is an eternal part to us that can be touched upon within this life. And that I refuse to believe that I'm not coming closer to, because of the pure love that I feel so often as I go within. I just wanted to share a bit of that with you. And just spend a little bit of time with you. Because I know it helps me right now. And without expectation, it seems to help my coming closer to the very ones I want to come closer to. That there is an unstoppable unity going on. That it is stepping beyond these perceived boundaries and separation. that truly is a concept of their mind. Anyway, I better not go on. I don't want to get in trouble at the moment because I feel like I'm doing good. But I just wanted to touch base with you all and show you that I'm not entirely invisible, just some of the time. And just reach out, because I can. I can reach out and say how much every single human being means to me. And that unity can be shared through understanding. And of course, I just wanted to say it was wonderful to see you. Well, Bird, and I pray I'm learning how to connect with you all. And this, just one more step on this wild little journey. So before I make it any wilder, I'll sign off and wish you well. It's 4 years to the day since my bike accident. I think that's been on my mind a bit. I haven't ridden a bike since. They say you've got to get back on a horse if you fall off a horse. They don't say that about bikes, you know. So, you know, I've fallen off horses and I got back on. No one says that about bikes. They used to have like stabilizers in front of them. Anyway, look, I'll see you soon, of course, as ever. Be with you any minute now, just round the corner. And just thank you to this existence. Thank you to the ones so important to me. And thank you to this universe. At the end of the day, that's what's got us. Thank you.